98840. Listen to this.
Working 24/7 trying to get our small business lending bill through Congress.
What do you think is going to be the most productive for the economy? Is it tax credits? Is it more government stimulus? I mean, what do you think is going to really kind of juice the economic wheels here?
You know, the reason we've made such a priority of the small business bill is that we know small businesses are major job creators. You know, I think people often miss the fact that one of the things we're trying to do in that bill is give tax cuts to small businesses to help them invest and grow. We also hear from small business owners if they could just get credit, they would expand, they would hire, and that's what this bill is trying to do. So we think it's an important measure. I want to mention aid to state and local governments. The president has made a real priority of getting some extra money to prevent teacher layoffs, and that we think would be very cost effective and save hundreds of thousands of jobs.
Now, look, first of all, I'm sick and tired of hearing about saving jobs. I don't know about you, but we need to create some jobs. I guess the administration keeps missing that. We don't need, look, that's great. You think you're saving jobs. We have no way of quantifying that. So whether we are or not, who knows? But I'm sick of hearing about saving jobs. I want to hear what we need to do to create jobs. And what we need to do to create jobs is not create more spending through another spending bill. This small business tax bill has nothing to do with creating jobs. You can create lending for small business, but there are very few small businesses in this economic environment that are going to be borrowing money. They're just not going to. There has to be a demand for their product. There has to be consumer spending. There has to be all of those things out there before they go borrowing money. So you can try to put a gun to the head of the banks and say you must lend these people money, but they have to be applying for the money. And right now, they're not that interested in doing that because of the way this economy is running. And we've got to keep that in mind. She also talks about, they kept coming back, by the way, the interviewer kept coming back to the idea of GDP growth. That was okay, but it wasn't what was expected. What are we going to do to jumpstart the economy? And they answer it, she's answering, Christina Romer's answering it with spending. We got to spend more. We got to do more. I want to talk about that, too, as an answer to this economy. Let me go to Ron. Ron is calling us from Clinton, Mississippi. Hey, Ron. Let's try it again.
Question.
Go ahead, Ron. I'm sorry. Start over again, brother.
I'm going to be transferring a large chunk of money from a traditional IRA directly over to a charitable gift trust.
Okay.
Is there any advantage to us to have me sell the stock before I transfer what I'm going to be giving to them?
Well, you said it was an IRA money, right, Ron?
Right, IRA money,
Okay.
And I'm going to be transferring about 60, maybe a little bit more, about 60,000 to a charitable gift trust.
Well, let me first tell you, Ron. First of all, let me thank you for that, because that's an incredible blessing. It's good for you, and it's good for the kingdom work being done.
Absolutely.
And it's an awesome thing to do. No, there is no advantage, because if it wasn't IRA money, there would be a huge advantage because you would avoid the capital gains tax. Okay? But since it's IRA money, there is no capital gains tax to avoid, so it wouldn't matter one way or another. I would probably say to you that before you transfer it over, you might want to just go ahead and sell all the positions just to make life a little bit easier and a little bit quicker to get things set up. But there wouldn't be any real advantage to doing it.
Simplify life for me and them if I were to transfer the stock. And I didn't think there's any, but you're my source of wisdom and truth when it comes to finance.
Well, thank you. I'll give you the truth. I try on the wisdom side, but thank you, Ron, for that. And man, you're doing a great thing, and I really, really do appreciate it. And I know everybody at AFR does. Thank you.
Go a little higher, and I'm thinking, okay, because it is a no-lose situation in the sense that if I were to die tomorrow, I would be happy as a pig in slop, as I used to like to say, for AFA to get the whole thing, okay? And if God decides to keep me around, He shaped me up for another 15 years, I about break even. So, like you say, you can't lose.
You can't. It's a no-lose situation, man. Great stuff. Hey, Ron, thank you, brother. I really appreciate that. Listen, I want to mention as I've talked to Ron, first of all, phone lines, 888-589-8840. What an encouragement from Ron that he is doing that, and I want to point out a couple things about that, the wisdom of that. Now, a lot of you have been listening to me for a lot of years. You get my email newsletter. You hear me talk about the two things this year I've been harping on more than ever is creating permanent income and getting out of debt, because ultimately they're the things that are going to help us in a downturn. And the best way to create permanent income is do just what Ron's doing. Here he's got a pot of money that's all going to go to the Lord's work anyway. Do it now, receive the tax deduction to do it, get the income from doing it, and so now he's getting a monthly income every month, and no matter what happens in the economy, he is just assured the Lord, because of his wisdom in doing that no matter what happens, Lord, you will get the money that you have blessed me with over the years. And just such an awesome thing, and it's so encouraging. So that is great. I'm glad Ron is doing that. 888-589-8840.